Let life flow like a river. Sometimes life feels like a constant struggle, a fight to hold everything together. We plan, we try to stay one step ahead, believing that if we just control every detail, we can avoid pain or disappointment. But the truth is, the more tightly we hold on, the more life seems to resist. Real peace begins the moment we stop trying to force life into a shape it was never meant to take. In this video, we'll explore the freedom that comes when we let go and allow life to flow. A path inspired not by fear, but by trust. The pressure to control everything is constant in our world. We're taught to chase goals, predict outcomes, and always be in charge. We want certainty in our careers, stability in our relationships, and guarantees for the future. But life simply doesn't operate on our terms. A single unexpected phone call, a sudden shift in the world, or a moment of chaos can change everything. When we base our happiness on things going exactly as planned, even small detours can leave us feeling lost and defeated. From a Buddhist perspective, this desire for control is deeply rooted in our attachment to rigid expectations. When reality unfolds differently, we suffer because we become obsessed with how things should be, blinding ourselves to the wisdom found in how things are. Imagine a young person trying to fly a kite for the very first time. They have a brand new kite, a strong string, and a great wind, but they're so worried about the kite crashing that they hold the string in a tight, rigid grip. They pull and tug and try to force the kite to stay perfectly still in the air. But the harder they pull, the more the kite dips and weaves, fighting their control and struggling to catch the wind. The kite isn't broken, but the flyer is exhausted and frustrated. Now, an old kite master walks by. He has a calm smile and a gentle manner. He doesn't say anything to the young flyer at first. He just sits and watches. After a while, he says gently, "The wind is your partner, not your enemy. You must trust it to lift the kite. The string is not for control, but for connection." The master teaches the young person to release their rigid grip, to give the string slack, and to work with the gusts of the wind, not against them. The young person is hesitant at first. It feels counterintuitive to loosen their grip. But as they practice, they begin to feel the power of the wind in the string. The kite begins to soar, not because they are forcing it, but because they are allowing it to be free. The kite dances gracefully in the sky, finding its own path and its own height, carried by a force greater than its own will. The young flyer learns a profound lesson: that true control is an illusion, and that a thing, or a person, or a life can only rise when it's allowed to be free. Our lives are much like that kite. We often try to hold on so tightly to our plans and our expectations that we prevent ourselves from soaring. We fight against the unexpected winds of change, trying to force our lives into a fixed shape. But when we soften our grip, when we choose to release our rigid expectations and trust that life has its own way, we create the space for something more beautiful to emerge. Letting go is not an act of giving up. It's an act of courageous trust. It's the recognition that you can do your part, show up with sincerity and clarity, and then allow life to respond in its own way, in its own time. The next time you feel overwhelmed by chaos or by something that doesn't go your way, gently remind yourself, you are here to learn to fly with it. If this video helped you, please follow for more Buddhist insights.